Hello, everybody. So, are you ready to get some tips and tricks on the Wings of Glory event? So, for the opening round and final round, I'll give you what I'm using, the boost I'm using, the different strategies. So, for the opening round, we have Spielberg, Silverstone, Jeddah, Zandvoort, Abu Dhabi, Mexico City, Montreal, and Monza. Um, Fortunately, we only have one race that's in the wet, and that's Mexico City. So for the Spielberg race, that is a defense and defending and speed track. So what you want to do is make sure that your setup is set up for speed. And you have the defending drivers, the strongest ones you can have. And you'll want to use boost similar to Tulip or Rainbow or Vice. Uh, what I'm using for tire strategy is a four medium, three soft, or three soft, four medium. And that should get me where I need to be. I'm moving my notes around here a little bit better. So let's see. The next race is going to be at Silverstone, 7 lap race. Silverstone is a tire management and power unit, so you're going to be flipping your car setup to your power unit, and your drivers need to be stronger at tire management. And that's going to be a two soft, three medium, or three medium, two soft, two soft. Um, some boosts you can use. The ones I'm using are going to be Pretzel and Frost. So go ahead and use those. And then the next one will be Jeddah. It's a 6 lap track or race. And once again, tire management drivers need to be the best ones you have. And it's going to go back to speed setup. And I'm going to use a three medium, three hard setup. I am racing Challenger this week. I normally race Contender. I'm not strong enough for uh, the champions. They smoke me pretty good. Um, my levels are just too low, and I can show you that here in a little bit. What I'm going to be using as far as drivers and everything go. So after Jeddah, um, we have Zandvoort. It's going to be an 8 lap race, and you want your overtaking drivers and your cornering setup. And I'll be using Glitz and Cuppa for them. For this setup for my tires for this track is going to be three soft, two soft, or three soft, two soft, three soft. And that way you won't be stacking up uh, in the pits. And your next race is going to be Abu Dhabi, 7 laps. Once again, tire management drivers with their speed setup and dead fast and eternal flame is what I'll be using. And then tire setup, once again, will be the two soft, three medium, or three medium, two soft, two soft. That way, when you do the alternate, like I said, you won't stack up in the pits. And for those of you who've been playing a while, you know if you get stuck in the pits, you're going to lose a lot of positions. There's a significant, you know, time difference there that you'll be losing a bunch of places. All right, and our next track is Mexico City. It's 8 lap race. And this one, like I said, is going to be in the rain. So it is a tire management corner and track. I'm going to be using downforce and self control and try to do the 4 wet, 4 wet, or the 5 wet, 3 wet. I think one of my drivers can do the 5 wet, 3 wet, but we will see for sure. And then race 7 is Montreal, 8 lap race. Is going to be an overtaking for the drivers, cornering setup for the vehicle. And I would be using Gin and Timeless for the boosters. And once again, 3 soft, 3 soft, 2 soft, or 3 soft, 2 soft, 3 soft. And the last race will be Monza. It's going to be an 8 lap race. It's defending drivers this time with a speed setup, and I'll probably be using like Tulip and Firework for that. My tire setups are probably going to be 3 soft, 3 soft, 2 soft, and 4 hard, 4 hard. And I will show you my setups. So my drivers are going to be Coltard and Zoe. As you can see, they got pretty decent stats with the exception of Zoe's tire management. But if I use a tire management boost, um, that may offset it enough. And this will be my speed setup. And you can see I have a lot of qualifying and speed. I've maxed out the best I could on speed with what I had, what I could figure out. My next setup is cornering. And you can see I have 151 cornering. I couldn't get my qualifying up exactly where I wanted it to be. I always try to shoot for 100 plus. But hopefully I can get Sabre set up. Um, and as you can see, that they're strongest in cornering and qualifying. So if I can get that one leveled up, I'll be in pretty good shape. But it could be a while for that. And my drivers are going to be the same. I'm taking the 20%, and then I believe it's +5 um, on the overall points per race. And our last setup is going to be power unit. You say I have 102 qualifying, 118 power unit. I have 3 max components and really close on these two. Of course, my dash needs a little bit more uh, to get leveled up, but we're not too far behind on that. So that's kind of what the setups are going to look like and the drivers I'll be using. So hopefully that will help some of y'all. And while we're here, uh, we'll go ahead and do a little bit of racing. Make sure I get back to what. Oh, okay. The one thing I was going to mention is see, this is my Series 12 setup. Now, as you can see, level 5, level 6, level 5. These aren't too bad, level 7 to level 8s, but these really need to be level 7 to be competitive. So I have a ways to go with that. But I have some pretty good stats. I just don't have enough. So with my Series 11 for this week, and of course they rotate every 2 weeks, you can see much better setup, even though I do have a little bit lower uh, components. But for Series 11, it works pretty good. Not all the time, but we'll see how we do. Let's get out there on the track. And I just realized that for some reason the game is not showing up on so let me try this. There we go. Little delayed. Apologize. Technology sometimes gets the best of me. So I will go back through and show you all the parts here in a little bit. And I'm just going to use some free boosts. Maybe, possibly. There we go. All right, we are in P2. Now we're in P1 and P5. I got all kinds of things popping off here. I think next week what I'm going to try to do, um, maybe do some sprints a little bit. Um, like I said, I'm not great at Series 12 by any means, but the crates are just so much better and the sprints. All right, we're heading into the pits now with Albon. Verstappen is going to be pitting right here on the next lap, or this lap coming up. And I realize that I am going to need to do some racing and NASCAR manager to build up those points you need for the elite. I got a bunch ready to go and no points to do it, or no whatever coins or whatever you call them. So we may go ahead and do some NASCAR manager after we get done with this race. I may flip on over, but I will go back over my setup again. I apologize for the technical difficulty we were having there with the game not showing up, but at least you got the audio of it. All right, so we're in P1, P3, and last lap. Albon is pretty much hurting on tires, but plenty to get to the house. I'm not worried about trying to get P2. This isn't a point race, it's a win race. So, all right, 46 points out of that. But more importantly, we got a crate. Can't ever have enough of those. We'll get the timer going on that one. And now I'll go back and show y'all what I was talking about earlier on my setups. These are my drivers I'm using for speed, cornering, and power unit. And here's my speed setup. You can see 137, 116 qualifying, focusing on those two. Here's the components. And for my cornering, here's my setup. Like I said earlier, I do have a couple maxed out. Not too far away from getting these two maxed out. That will help immensely. Now, for my contender setup, a little bit better off, but it's about equivalent, I suppose. And here's my speed set, my power unit setup. You can see I have some more maxed out components, and these aren't too far behind. So, but that's what I have for that. And I think what we will do is switch over to NASCAR Manager. We'll have to reshare here. Alrighty, we're all set up there. And let's see. And this is my setup I use. Like everyone else that doesn't have it, we need to have Apex 9 or 10. We don't have that. Um, but it's a pretty decent setup. Actually, works pretty well. You can see I'm like 3,200 away from what I need. Same here, about 3,200 roughly. What I need to get my elite drivers moved up. And I just was able to upgrade Phillips to 10. And they're probably going to be my backup driver. I know he's pretty good on the road courses. So, what I may end up doing is adding them to loadout too, which I will need to set up my um, components on this loadout, I believe. Um, I was testing with the other driver, with Parker, but I'm not going to do that. And then I'm not sure what I have his car set up. basically the same thing. I just have, um, I think it's not Millennium, Singularity. Pretty much sees a difference. So you can see it gives more arrow and durability. So that's how everything's set up. And this is 100% free to play. My F1 Clash is um, somewhat pay to play. Um, I get the pit pass every month for F1 Clash, and then I have spent. I got a bonus at work, so I spent half of that on the game. This for G Wiz. Um, so let's go ahead and normally race Series 8. I may go ahead and get a little creative or brave, whatever, and do some Series 10. I get beat pretty good on Series 10, but just depending on who's out there and who I get matched up with. But I do want to get 4 crates. And there's that daily that I want to get as well. All right. Looked like it was a pretty even match. All right. So we have Black in P2, Taylor in P11. We'll go ahead and switch him up. I don't know what happened to the. There we go. The game disappeared for a second, but it was just the screen. And you see Taylor's trying. He just doesn't quite have it, but he'll get it here in a second. I hope. He'll probably start catching up everybody about the time it's to pit. And we'll go ahead and pit. We'll be short pitting or the undercut. I'm old school. Winston Cup, short pit. All right. And we're in for ready for the pits again. With the damage and everything, we're going to have a longer pit stop for this one, unfortunately. All right. Let's see where they are at. They're pitting. Phillips will pit probably this next go around. Yeah. So we're going to come out. We're in good shape here. We'll let Taylor try to get past, see if he can. The bots are pretty good this go around here on this race. Final lap. And you can see Phillips pit on the final lap. Not ever a good strategy. Um, and with NASCAR manager, if you got somebody in P1, they're typically they're going to win the race. So not a whole bunch of big points, but once again, it's not a point race. All right, go ahead and unlock this one. And the daily goals, I got to race one more time to get the boost and then win two more races. So we're going to go ahead and see. Might as well try some Series 10. That could give us some free pit pass items if we win. But this is what I run into for Series 10. So unless they do really bad strategy, I won't win Series 10. But I thought I'd give it a shot. Phillips and LaJoy tend to be the team, the go-to team these last month or so. I was using them for a little bit, but my driving style just doesn't work with them. See if we can get Black up there in the lead pack, and we can. And we'll be coming up on a pit stop here. There we go. Go ahead and push. Get a little bit of an advantage. And we are out ahead of LaJoy. And once again, they're doing the whole Phillips is going to go out there. And you can see he's slowed down quite a bit because he's out of fuel. And we can go ahead and go back to neutral for a little bit. We have plenty of time to get by him. LaJoy will try to push and pass us. Here he comes. And we have one more lap to go. And I'm going to gamble and not worry about fixing my damage. I just want to top off and go. And hopefully we can catch. Let's see, my damage down 28%. LaJoy's pitting. We were coming up on Phillips. Can we get past Phillips? My damage is really bad on Black, but we are ahead. We're in P5, P8. We still can't get caught up. Black just had a breakdown. He might still be able to get the points. Did we get past? We did not get past Phillips, but we kept ahead. LaJoy, it looks like, and we lucked out by 1 point. So that's a good experiment to go. Take that little bit of time to get the damage fixed, but in this scenario, we really didn't have that time to do that, as you can see. So that was a good race. So we'll get this boost. And we have one more race to win to get that crate. So we will, let's see, look at something here. So the next one opens up overnight. So we will get those tomorrow. But we can go ahead and race. We'll do Series 8. Then maybe we'll race Series 9, see how we do there. And still have a higher team score from the rival. You get up in the 900s and the flag count I have, it's pretty difficult. All right, they got Logano and Black. I'm not going to use these higher end boosts for duels. Let's see if we can get around Logano and Black. They're trying. They are definitely stronger than we are. I almost bet they'd have an Apex 9 or 10. That's basically going to be the only thing that really holds us back. Of course, we're going to do the undercut. And I did take that extra time to get my damage fixed. That'll hurt us initially, but in the long run, it'll probably help us. So we're going to get back around, get ahead of them, hopefully a little bit. Taylor's stuck back there. We'll wear Taylor out here trying to get caught up. I've not had a race this hard at level 8 in a while, or Series 8. This is a little crazy. So we're heading into the pits. And really, Taylor's killing us right now. Because Black's up there where he needs to be, but Taylor's back in the back and just not performing. So there will be pitting. If I can catch up to him, I'll be in good shape. Let's go ahead and go neutral. Taylor's still way back there. Unless he can get caught up. Yeah, it's not going to happen. For some reason, Taylor just doesn't do well on this track. I don't know why. He always gets kind of hung up in the back. It's almost like a glitch. It's just really weird. Oh, I was going to do the debrief and forgot. All right, so let's swap out Taylor with Phillips just for G Wiz. Now that he is Series 10 or level 10, let's see how that's going to look. And we'll go back to Series 8. All right. I've got to get some more easy going. I had almost 1,100 a couple months back. So they out qualified us, but let's see what we can do. And this is good that we got a road course because I really wanted to test Phillips compared to um, Taylor on the road course because he wasn't doing real well on that either. All right, let's see. We get around. Oh, we did. We got around Black. Now, Black needs to get around Logano. So this is going to be a full on fight the whole race. I can see this happening. And it's interesting how level 8 just got really, really difficult. Uh, last couple days has been really easy, like Series 11 and F1 Clash. But I guess everyone's out now and playing. So where are we at overall now? Yeah, they're going to have to pit. So what we should do, it's a short pit lane. So that matters. I guess we just need to go. If we get caught up, we may not get caught up with black. We will with Logano. We'll pass them. So we do have that ability. I'm just thinking we need, even though 77% damage isn't that big of a deal, we're going to need everything we got. So I'm going to spend that little extra time in there because just like that damage that just happened right there, just never know. Last lap, it could take you out. And if they pit, they may not pit. At least next, we'll see. See, we're third and six. Were they 1 and 2? No, 2 and 10. All right. So if we can catch up with the rival black, is he going to pit? Or Blaney? I thought it was black. Blaney. He's not pitting. I'm going to go ahead and back down a little bit because I may end up having to pit or I may have to may end up running out of fuel. It's going to be awful close. In theory, I got a lap and a half roughly. But as you can see, Logano's moving up. I want to conserve everything as much as possible. The big thing is Blaney going to pit? He should. He is. They want me to, I'm going to ignore. I was going to hope I can make it. It's going to be awful close. So about a half a lap of fuel is too short for black. It looks like I don't have enough tires left to catch up to Blaney. If we can hold it all together for just a little bit longer, we should be okay. Is he going to make it? 0.5, 0.05 fuel, and we did it. If I hadn't conserved on that last lap and a half or so, it'd been all over. But just that little bit helped. So see, they had Apex 10. They have Vortex 10. They have Hercules 12 and HAL 12. talented. So they're that much stronger component wise than I am. But we outdrove them. Their Blaney is 10. McGonagall's 9. So that's why why I'm racing against them. I don't know, but I didn't volunteer to do that. So, all right, let's get that crate. And I don't think I can use any of those. No, doesn't help. So after, was it 4 races we've done so far? 362 and 452. So got a long ways to go to get that 3,600 that's needed to move everybody up to elite that I need to move up. Well, that's this for one component or driver. Let's try Series 10 one more time, and then we'll go back to F1 Clash. Hey, actually, someone lower than me. All right, we will use Blam again. I use the Phillips Black combination for season and a half probably, and then they came out with the real drivers, and I had to change up some things. Still not sure, even with Phillips being level 10, I'm just not sure if I can be competitive enough. I know Taylor and Black are really good for most tracks. All right, there we go. Now we're back ahead of them again. And there goes LaJoy. We'll go ahead and push a little bit, but we're in good shape with Black. He's in P1. And we're back to our last pit stop. Try something different here. All right, we're on the final lap and we're getting beat. Oh, well, they're in the pits. Never mind. I lost track of the laps, but their LaJoy is pretty strong. He come back around and got us, but it wasn't enough. So we got 64 points out of that one. All right, if y'all give me just a little bit here, I will go grab me some more water and be right back with some more F1 Clash. All right. Got a couple things set up here. And let's see. We're going to use the trophy uh, rush tomorrow during the opening round. So it's 3 hours of those. So I'll use that maybe if I make it to final round. I'll use those. But these will be pretty good. These here. Four epics, 22 rares. All right. We'll do one more race here. Oh, did I set this up for? Glad I looked. All right. And this is my setup for Series 11. Pretty even, even with the metals were pretty even. Montreal. Oof. Last few times I've raced Montreal in duels has been rain. Okay, split qualifying. There's going to be rain 4 minutes in. Um, we're going to do the 4-4, and I'll just use some ballast. That's a real player, too. They're using Hex for both their drivers. This should be interesting. I'm going to go ahead and back Albon down so he can start building up this power unit. Same with Verstappen, because as everyone knows, has been playing this game for a little while, the bots will take off about right here on lap 2. They're going to crank out that power unit. But if we can just kind of stay close, the real player is not boosting, which is good. So what we're going to do is when he comes up, oh, about right here, we're going to boost. See if we can get around him. And we cannot. He boosted. Okay. So he's boosting on lap 3, which is interesting. But he doesn't have a lot of power unit either. If I can get around the AI signs, that would be amazing. Yep, we're all going to pit. I can't get around. My Verstappen can't get around his Verstappen. That's horrible. But I'm not even going to try to get around him so much because this is going to stack up. So hopefully Albon can get out of there fairly quick. He can. And his Verstappen got out ahead of us. Can we get caught back up to him? We got to get around Leclerc. He's boosting again. I'm not sure if I like this one so much. There we go. I can't really see. We were going back and forth. No, I ain't worried about any of that. No, this is where it could get real tricky. So he went on softs. Both his drivers went on softs. Now the question is he going to have to pit before we do, or is he going to be able to make it? The rain's not going to. Well, okay. So now we're at the last lap, and it's everybody's going to slow down because none of us are on wets. And he just went into pit. He will probably put on wets. I have no choice, but I've got to boost. Did he go on wets? He did, and he's going to smoke me. There's no doubt. If he doesn't, I'd be shocked. The good thing is, right at the moment, his Alonso cannot get around. So hopefully we'll lock in. And our decision to stay on mediums worked out. All right. We had to work for that one, but that was it. So I will probably end the video here, and I will see y'all the next go around.